Good morning. Let's make sure the stream is up and running. Yep. All right. Looking at the day, we had a news event this morning, caused this big sell-off. Then we get this uptrend that I believe has a close outside and a new high. So expecting prices to probably come up to this overnight high, so we might get maybe a second leg up, in which case I might start looking for a short. Of course, it's possible prices could just reverse here, but right now, not quite seeing that yet. In very similar. See this in the overnight uptrend, break a new high. Gonna get these two legs down before the news event. Uptrend, break, new high. You could even say possibly there's some sort of range-like action going on right there. Could come into play. CL, uptrend, break, new high. Get a shorter term downtrend, close outside, and two legs to a new low. One leg up, find some resistance at this trend line, or what I think is this trend line. Could even be a tad tighter there, like that. Anyway, prices continue moving down on this before this happens here. The overshoot leading to a break. Now I believe we're headed towards a new low. So this is the potential, or has the potential for a trade. We have this strong leg down. So might be looking for maybe a pullback and a second leg down. You don't always get a retest of the lows after an overshoot though, or a retest of a trend after an overshoot. So that's something to consider there. And the RTY looks like an uptrend that just now has a close outside and is moving towards a break a new high. You do have this early close outside, but sometimes in the overnight you will get these closes outside, I think because there's less volume. But this trend fits really well, so I'm sticking with it. So I want to take a look at the CL chart and see if we do get any kind of selling for maybe a second leg down. Uptrend, break a new high, strong leg down. There's a possibility to get a second leg. But prices could also just reverse this overshoot. So want to watch for that. I'm watching to see if there's any kind of momentum, but right now there's a lot of momentum to the upside. So it's looking like
order canceled.
It doesn't look like you're going to get that second leg to me. Down. So you might, it's a possibility, but that was a really strong push up there. So it's a possibility to take that, looking for a second leg down here. Looks like we have a break in two legs up to the overnight highs. So if we do get a strong push down, could be something I'm interested in. Looking at the CL, looks like we are probably going to get the second leg down here. I was thinking after such a strong push up that we weren't going to get it, but then prices did reverse just as strongly. So maybe I kind of dismissed this one a little bit too quick, possibly. But we'll see how prices kind of react here. We did get that continued push down on CL, so we have hit the second leg down. Just want to point that out. Right now, I'm looking for a strong push down on the ES. Possibly look for a similar trade. No coffee this morning. I did meditate for 20 minutes, and it was actually a really good meditation. One of the better ones recently. I felt like my mind kept like wandering, but I was consistent in pulling it back, and I had a good sense of focus. So whenever I went into the meditation, I could just tell that it was going to be good, and I don't know if that was part of it, where I came in saying, yeah, I can tell this is going to be just a really good meditation, and I sort of manifested that and created it. Or if there's a certain state of mind that I had going in that I don't normally have. It's possible. I also did wake up this morning feeling very well rested. I know generally whenever I have time to read and journal for a little bit before bed, it really helps get my mind ready to sleep. And I think I just realized my My camera's off here. I wonder why that froze. That's odd. There we go. I don't know what happened there. I just noticed my camera wasn't working, so I had to fix that. What was I saying? I don't know. Whenever I think I was saying whenever I have time to read and journal before. See, look, okay, it went back off. It's so weird. And it's back. We might have to do without the camera today. If so, you know, is what it is. We'll see. Maybe it'll stay on this time. I think it's something whenever I minimize the screen, it might leave me. We'll see. Here we are on the CL. We're really moving down, so looks like that was probably a good trade to take. And I dismissed it a little bit too quickly after the strong push up. I should have kept watching to see if there was an equally strong push down, because this is a really strong reversal bar right here, and a really strong reversal of momentum right there. So yeah, just dismissed that one a little too quickly, I think. Definitely looking for a strong push down on the ES though. So if we do get like a strong leg down, we'll be looking to take that pullback for the second leg down. Pretty much over the sickness, but I still can't hear out of my left ear like at all. So I have a doctor's appointment later. I'm gonna get that checked out. Probably have an ear infection. Oh, I remember what I was saying now. Whenever I woke up this morning, I felt really like energized. No coffee, no tea. I feel really good, to be honest. I wish I felt this good every morning. Don't think that was a true range, but just in case these levels come into play later, I want to have them drawn there. Let's watch the ES. I want to see what this leg looks like. If we do get this strong push down. I was just noticing in myself that I was saying, oh, I hope something sets up. But really I should be indifferent on whether something sets up or not. And if it does, great. If it doesn't, then it doesn't matter. So it's just something to watch myself. And whenever I did notice it, I tried to sort of push back against that and let it go and say it doesn't matter. on the CL, considering something here. So though this downtrend doesn't have a break in new low, it looks like prices attempted that new low, and now they're really rocketing off pretty strongly there. So if there is a pullback, maybe I'll consider something to go long. Because with the overshoot, not necessarily expecting a retest, prices then tried twice to go lower and failed. So could be something there. It's definitely moving like very strongly upwards, so moving like there is a reversal there. About to go into the open here, and there's a couple different setups that I could possibly see here, so I'm just kind of waiting and watching. Extremely strong up move. Also looks like that might have been just 2 legs back there. Either way, I don't exactly want to enter with such a large stop, even though you might get a second leg up. RTY, you might be folding into a spike in channel, possibly. Looks like a 2-legged pullback down, but that's a pretty strong push. So even if I were just trading, pats, I don't think I'd take that second entry anyway. Go ahead and remove that. It's possible that this is just wider. Maybe something like that. Maybe that's the close outside there. I do think this trend is played out, so I think there's the opportunity to take a short for the second leg down. Pretty strong push. But it's not exactly where I wanted to take it. CL, possibility to go long here, maybe looking for a second leg up. But like I said, this could already be 2 legs up here, so I'm sort of uncertain about that. I'm not going to do anything. Thinking there's a good chance that you move second leg down here if you get some sort of pullback.
Order submitted.
Waiting to see if we get any kind of momentum here. All right, so I'm going to take that if it pulls back to get me. Oops. Chase it just a little bit. I think we're going to move towards that measured move down there.
Order filled.
Did get filled there, so just looking for that measured move. Stop up above this swing and see if we make that measured leg down. Price is reversing pretty much immediately. So looking like we might just get stopped out there. And of course the target is a little bit less than 1 to 1. So 3.75 and 4.5. Thinking here is that the uptrend has played out. We then have a lower high right there, confirming this resistance, the overnight high resistance. Then get this leg down, and it seems to me that it's pretty, it's a decent bet to look for a second leg down. But as prices move higher, my target is less and less. So let's see if prices are able to move down there. No real increase in heart rate, nothing like that. Pretty calm. Maybe a little bit tighter, but that's about it. Looks like this trend did get a break in new high on the CL. The RTY, this downtrend expanded. It has to close outside a new low as well. Looks like prices are going to stop me out on the ES. We're just a couple ticks away. And this is a place where we wouldn't even really be looking for a measured leg down anymore. Now the prices have retraced so much.
Stop filled.
Yep, got stopped there. So I guess this was, I don't know, I'll have to look at this later. A little odd. Don't think this is a super strong push down, so I guess maybe it didn't necessarily need a second leg down. Could be a spike in channel on the NQ. I suppose there could be a spike in channel on the ES as well. Something like that. Could be correct. Keep an eye on it. And the CL did end up moving up for this measured move, or is moving up towards the measured move, so it's possible I should have taken this pullback here. I don't feel overly affected by that loss, but definitely feel a little bit that I would like to, make that back and have a winner. So need to be careful about that within myself, not to take any dumb trades. Make sure whatever I take is actually a good trade. NQ just really moving up here. If this is a spike in channel, maybe the midline is something like there. CL continuing to move up as well. Possible, I'm just going to go and draw that possible larger trend on CL, though it's not confirmed and doesn't necessarily look perfect yet. Just going to go and draw it just in case. Sort of looks like 2 legs back on CL. Well, 1, 2 legs back. Potentially to look for some sort of long within Pats. Maybe that's a second entry long. possibility to look for this measured move down there. I didn't think that it pulled back far enough to enter that, but maybe that's something that I should have considered. So there's that second entry long that I was talking about, right off a possible trend line. It's definitely a possibility. I tend to not do very well with those, but that one is rocketing off. Moving up very strongly. not really too much going on, just kind of waiting to see if this spiking channel is going to be correct on the ES. Prices are just moving sideways now. Basically the same thing with the NQ. On CL, it's looking like this uptrend could be correct. These prices are sort of holding off it there. Might even pull that a little bit tighter, like that. But everything else is played out. So I haven't quite reached that measured move, but you can see this uptrend has played out, this uptrend has played out. So might be a break of this uptrend coming soon. In the RTY, I believe this uptrend does have a close outside a new high. Whether it's like this or like I initially had it drawn, doesn't really matter. I think this is a close outside a new high right here. Downtrend break new low, goes into this congestive area. Now we're breaking out with this uptrend. Looks like there's a good chance, by a good chance I mean this trend did not hold here. Could be a little bit wider, I suppose. So we'll see. If we do turn up, then maybe I'll expand this to be a little bit wider like this or something. But let's see how it plays out. pretty unsure of exactly what's going on the ES and the NQ. So ES kind of makes some sense. This could be off of here, in which case this could still be holding. NQ doesn't look like it's holding, but it could be. If you expand it to something like this, maybe. Doesn't really look like it though. I feel better about this one. So let's see how it plays out, but I'm definitely uncertain about those two. Now the CL. It's already made these two legs up. There's a chance that we move up to a break and new high for this trend though. That looks like it's in play, or was in play but just broke. So if we do get a strong move up, then maybe I'll be looking to take that long. So far, there have been lots of little two legs back on the CL. You can see here there's 1, 2 legs back with a good signal bar. So that's a great second entry long for a PATS entry. Here again, 1, 2 legs back, good signal bar right off a key entry point. It's a good PATS entry. Now you have 1, 2 legs back, potential for another PATS entry. I feel like today I've been looking for a trade and not really looking for understanding. So just trying to understand the charts, or trying to switch that in my mind to understand the charts as opposed to constantly be looking for a trade. Could be looking for a break in new high of this spiking channel. For some reason the CL like stopped moving there for a second, which is kind of odd. So we do have a strong move up there. There's a good chance that I will look to take a pullback on the NQ.
Order submitted.
Reason being that I think this uptrend is probably about to move to a break in new high after this downtrend plays out. And I'm trying to wait on some momentum here. And I'll be looking for that measured leg up and possibly a break in new high for this uptrend.
Order filled.
So if we do make a measured move from there, take us up here. So let's go ahead and get this a little bit tighter there. And do this a tick or two less than the measured move. So that's basically in case we move up a measured move from there, where I think we're moving towards this break a new high for this uptrend. We have this first leg up, so I'm thinking that we might be starting the second leg up here. Timing might be a little bit off, might pull back a little bit further, but I saw some upward momentum there, so decided to enter. There's of course these overnight highs, but those were not really respected at all. So I didn't think that this was really something that I had to pay attention to. As you can see, prices along here just pushed right up and over. I did hold it as support just a tad there, but it didn't seem like something that I really had to pay super close attention to, so didn't really consider that as I was taking the trade. I didn't consider it as a real negative. So let's see. The ES looks to be holding this uptrend and continuing to move higher. I do believe this is most likely correct. NQ, it's a trade that we're in now. CL, looks like there's a downtrend, close outside and a new low. So there's the potential to take some sort of long here, maybe looking for a break in new high of this uptrend, but realizing that we've already made 2 legs up and all of the internal uptrends have played out. So this one has to close outside new high. The secondary one has to close outside and 2 legs to a new high. So there's no guarantee here. And flipping back to the NQ, we are moving up higher. I'm going to go ahead and move my stop a little bit below this swing that I entered on. It's possible that I'm moving that too early. So this is a pretty far target here for prices to move up. But if they do make this measured move and they break a new high, then that's a decent target. I actually did notice my heart rate has increased a little bit in this trade, which I haven't really noticed much recently. I feel like my heart rate hasn't really been increasing recently. So, kind of interesting. I wonder what's the difference. My camera looks like it's frozen again for some reason. So I'm gonna deactivate and reactivate that and see if it's, yep, we're back. I don't know why my camera keeps deactivating. It's kind of weird. On CL, it looks like this downtrend has expanded. And again, it's possible this uptrend is not correct and it might not get a break a new high, and everything could just be these shorter term trends, which have already played out. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and call it on my camera because for some reason my camera's not working today. So I'm just gonna go ahead and minimize that because for some reason it's not working. Looks like we're about to get stopped out on the NQ. This prices pull back here. The short-term uptrend here already has a close outside and a new high. So I don't really want to continue to hold this with such a wide stop, which is why I moved my stop below the swing right here. So we'll see if that was a good decision or a bad decision. Prices are finding some buying momentum though. So let's see. Could continue to work higher. If we do work towards that measured move, that's what we're looking for. What I'm looking for. I always say we, for some reason. There is no we, it's just me.
Stop filled.
And you got stopped out there. So we'll have to determine why prices were not able to reach the break and new high of this uptrend and why we didn't make that second leg up higher. In the CL, I'm just going to say that everything is played out. 2 legs up. Uptrend has a break in 2 legs to new high as well. Creates the possibility for some shorts with this downtrend. Tempting to take some sort of pullback to look for a second leg of this here. Not sure if that's the right move though. Good thing about maybe taking a long here for the 1-to-1 like I was doing. Looking for a break a new high, that strong push above after this downtrend has played out. See that being a possibility. On the NQ, we might be looking for the second leg up now. So maybe I shouldn't have moved my stop up. Maybe I should have kept it where it was. Kept looking for this measured move up. Yep, looks like I probably should have left that stop where it was. Or waited for a larger pullback. One of the two. We have moved towards a break a new high. Haven't quite hit that yet. True high is right up there. Even if I had taken maybe the strong push above the EMA there, it could have put me under target for a 1-to-1 right up to the highs. Maybe that's a better move than trying to do what I've been doing here. It's a very strong uptrend. Looks to me like this downtrend has a slight close outside and new low, but not a very convincing one. So there's the potential to maybe take a short. So more than anything, it's important that my read was correct on the NQ, where I was expecting prices ultimately to move up to this break a new high. But the structure of my trade was incorrect, where I took this looking for that second leg there, starting here. So partially correct thinking, partially incorrect, and structured my trade wrong because of that. Then there was the possibility to take a trade on the ES that I missed. So either the ES or the NQ, I could have gotten in just by taking the strong push above the EMA after the correction played out. So correction plays out, strong push above the EMA. Here, correction plays out, strong push above the EMA. Could have taken either one of these 1-to-1 and done pretty well. And on the CL, there's a couple of places where that would have worked as well. Well, for one, here. After this played out, strong push. Looking for the break a new low. Could have been one place. So there. Although I guess I wasn't quite on yet. The other is here after this. This is kind of that pullback that I was looking for at the time. Here with the strong push after the 2 legs back. And here as well. So quite a few opportunities. And also here. Strong push down. After, I was pretty sure this uptrend had played out. For 1-to-1, would have gotten out there. So on the NQ, you now have a super strong push down after it looks like everything's played out to the upside. So I might be interested in taking a short on a pullback.
Order submitted.
Similarly with the ES, but I like this downtrend on the NQ better. It's a little bit stronger. So let's say we pull back to like here. Actually, I like it on the ES as well. Oop, price is really picking up to the downside. So here's another case where taking the strong push through the EMA would have been a good trade there. And now that the trend is moving so far, it's just getting even riskier to enter. So today, so far, has been a case of me reading the chart pretty well, but not structuring my trades well. Really like to see a bigger pullback than that, but I'm ready to see if there's any kind of downward momentum coming in. The ES looks super similar in this sense. The downtrend looks a little bit better on the NQ, so that's why I'm looking at this one.
Order
Okay, that's some pretty
filled.
strong downward action there. So if we do make a measured move down, that's what I'd be looking for. I'm going to go ahead and move this to that high there, now that we've already made the break a new low for that downtrend. And let's see if we can move on down. It is asking quite a bit out of prices to go all the way down there. this point, now that they've already hit the downtrend with the break and new low, I'd like to move my stop to break even, but I'd like to wait for prices to move down a little bit further before I do that. Could even be wider, to be honest. For right now, I'm just going to keep it nice and tight there. Okay, so it looks like prices are about to snap back after hitting the break and new low for that downtrend. So if it'll let me, I'm just going to get out at break even. But it looks like prices are just going to come up and stop me out. Again, I think the better trade would have been to take the strong push through the EMA.
Target filled.
For 1-to-1. Because right now, at this point, you're taking the trade really late. And like I said, this downtrend already has a break and new low, and it's asking a lot to go for that full measured move down afterwards. Might have like lost a tick or something on there, but nothing much if so. It looks about even, but yeah, I think prices are going to go ahead and move on up there for a little bit. We might get another stab at this measure. Might get another stab at the measured move down. Wonder why my camera's not working. I'm gonna turn it back on, see if it'll work this time. Okay, let's see if it'll stick around. RTY, there's a potential. This short-term leg back, possible downtrend in play. Could think about taking this maybe with that same thought of like the strong push below the EMA for 1-to-1. If this downtrend appears like it's going to hold, but right now, not seeing that. Looks to me like this correction is probably played out with a close outside a new high. So maybe a strong push below the EMA could be something to consider there.
Order submitted.
Definitely at risk of overtrading today. But I'm still kind of in an experimental phase where I'm trying to figure out what's going to work for me personally. So less worried about overtrading than normal. Could be bumping up against the channel line there. I wonder on a larger scale if you could say this is just 2 legs down after 1 push up like that. Definitely a possibility. Definitely see a little trend working up on the ES, so it looks like a downtrend break, attempted a new low, creates a double bottom. Now you're working higher. Go ahead and cancel this on
Order
RTY.
canceled.
Something similar could be working up on the NQ as well. Downtrend break, new low. Now a little uptrend working higher. So I feel like my read of the chart today has been okay, not the best. So I was pretty sure prices were going to move up to this break a new high. It's okay. After this move down, I was thinking we might get a second leg down. We didn't get a full second leg, but we did get an attempt at this low. Didn't quite reach it on the ES. Same on the NQ. Thinking that we were going to probably get a second leg down. Didn't get that, but we did get a break a new low. So there's that. On the CL, you know, I had a few different sort of opinions and reads up through here. So it's tough to say. And on the RTY, for the most part, it's been a pretty decent read, I think. Although I'm not sure if this downtrend is correct. So, not sure if I should be playing that or not. This correction could have already played out. Not sure. Of course, my camera's gone again. What the hell's going on with this? Just ditch it for now. I'm gonna have to play with that later. Maybe it's like getting unplugged or something. I don't know. Play around with it later. This downtrend could be correct, could not be. I like how it kind of plays off that channel line there. So let's say if we do make these two kind of perfect legs up and get a strong push through the EMA, could be a trade there. Can go ahead and ditch the downtrend on, well, I don't know if I should ditch it yet, but it's looking less and less correct. This downtrend that I was possibly looking to play here is looking less and less correct, and maybe it's just this downtrend with the close outside a new low, and that's the end of story there. I'd still be possibly interested in a short here, though I'm not entirely certain about this downtrend. It does kind of have 3 touches, and the channel line fits pretty well. So I could be open to playing this. The ES and the NQ are really rocketing off here. I think you can put this uptrend about there. It's tough to say where this one will be on the NQ though.
Order
Possibly
submitted.
looking for a strong push below the EMA here. So far, not seeing that. Could though.
Order canceled.
Possibility of a wider trend, working higher. I don't like that uptrend on the NQ, but I do like how it fits on the ES.
Order
Still a
submitted.
possibility here. I'm not sold on this uptrend. Could even cause a trap as people buy off of it. Chase that one just a little bit. And looking for that 1-to-1 towards the break and new low for that downtrend. Let's see if I can tick back there. Come on.
Order filled.
There we go. So again, I'm not entirely certain of this downtrend, but it does have 1, 2, 3 touches on the main side. I like how it fits on the opposite side. I don't think this wider uptrend is correct. I think it's just the short-term uptrend, break, and new high, creating what looks like 2 legs up, and then we get a push, strong push below the EMA, taking this for 1-to-1, the stop above the highs. So there's basically no reason to go long. There's a decent reason to go short, so that's why I'm liking this one. I'm gonna go ahead and ditch this downtrend and just say that's this, like the shorter term one, break a new high, break a new low there. And on a larger scale, it's probably just 1 leg, 2 legs back. We might get a measured leg up. Potentially. Getting pretty close to the target on CL. Looks like it'll probably hit that. At this point, if it goes this far, I'm usually thinking, yeah, it'll probably just go ahead and hit it. I'm wondering if it makes sense to pull the stop up at all, like maybe towards break even. Not sure though. There's a lot of possible trades on the CL today, all with this kind of like push through the EMA type of trade where each time you trend plays out, you push through the EMA with a decent reason to go short. Boom, that works. Same reason there, that works. Same reason there to go long, that works. 2 legs back, looking for the break a new high, plus the push above the EMA, that works. You have 2 legs up, all the uptrends, shorter term uptrends have played out. Strong push, that works for the short side. So this one has some strong precedent. Gotta remember to drink more water. Sometimes I just don't think about it. Spike, channel, break, new high, downtrend, correction, break, attempted a new low, can't reach it. New uptrend. CL, it's possible that you could say, okay, we've already made 2 legs down. Maybe it's like this, there's already a break a new low, in which case this could be a little bit precarious. On the other hand, you could say, well, you know, I actually think it's a little bit wider, possibly. If it is a little bit wider, maybe we could still hit that break a new low, creating the second leg down to the break a new low of this larger trend. Doesn't really matter. I'm in the trade, so we will see. Watch out for that double top. We're breaking this uptrend here, so chances are we'll move towards a close outside a new high up there. CL just chopping around down there below the EMA. Hoping we'll get that last little push down. It's not too far. I do want to point out on the NQ, it's possible it's just a short-term uptrend like this that just has a close outside and 2 legs to a new high already. So let's say if this trend is correct or incorrect, then it could just be a short-term uptrend, break 2 legs to a new high. These are basically measured. But it also could be a wider uptrend like this that doesn't have a close outside yet. Oh, we're getting some pop up on the CL, which is not ideal. Some strong movement to the upside. Possibly some support right there. And the CL.
Target filled.
Looks like it moved down and got me out. So it was a good thing that I didn't move my stop to break even in that case.
Order
I'm
submitted.
thinking there could be a possible trade to take long here, looking for the highs, if we do see some momentum there. Want to be ready just in case. I really like how this trend looks with all these touches. Looks very solid to me. So I do believe it's probably going to have at least an attempt at the break a new high. On the NQ, the more that I look at this, the more that I think that it's actually just something like this maybe. It's already got its break a new high. Just looks like two perfect legs there. But I could be wrong. You know, it would be kind of odd if the ES looked like this and the NQ looked like this. But it's definitely possible. They're two separate charts, so need to treat them separately. I forgot my camera's not on. Oh, hey Strange. I don't normally check the chat, but I happen to check it right now. No. Well, yes. Actually, whenever I started using the other two charts, for some reason they like didn't move. I could see the contracts changing, but for some reason it like wasn't updating. Then I changed my data feed, so I was using the NinjaTrader data feed, and then I changed to using the Apex data feed, and that's what did it. So I'll type that just in case you're not listening. Gotcha. Yeah, not sure what the difference is. I didn't think there was any difference. So it's a pretty strong move up. I think we'll probably head to those highs if it'll let me in there.
Order filled.
So yep, just thinking that we'll probably head to these, breaking new highs, got a strong move up. Yeah, it's not a second entry or anything like that, but I like the pattern, so taking that. Yeah, Strange, that's exactly how mine were. I just switched, like I said, I just switched to the Apex data feed, and for some reason it started working. I'm not sure why. Maybe one thought was that maybe I'm not paying for the that data, like with NinjaTrader, That could be it. I don't know. I don't know like what data package I have. Maybe I only have like the ES and the incur or something like that. But I have found the tick sizes, like the 2000 tick ES chart and the 1500 incur chart are pretty similar. The 250 CL chart and the 400 RTY are all pretty similar in number of bars. So it looks like we did get a break and 2 legs down to the new low for this downtrend. So it's right read there. Yep, no problem. I would say let me know if you can't get it to work, but I probably won't be able to help you really. Looks like I might have jumped the gun a little bit on the ES trade here. I figured with the momentum that maybe I could enter this earlier, but looks like prices are probably going to come back and stop me out there.
Stop filled.
So yep, did get stopped out there. Might be getting a full second leg down in this case. Something like that. And strange if you're wondering kind of why I'm taking like oddball trades. I'm just trying to sort of play around with some different entries and everything to see if I can find something that fits me better as a trader and, you know, sort of fits my read of the chart. Could be a mistake, could be a waste of time, but I at least feel like it should that I should look into it a little bit. Yeah, same strange. It's been interesting whenever I'm taking these kind of experimental trades. For some reason, my heart rate doesn't really increase or anything. I think it's because my ego's not really on the line like it is whenever I'm waiting on those like perfect trades and that sort of deal. But yeah, I've just kind of been experimenting with some things. One thing that I found that's worked really well for me in the past few days to past couple weeks has been taking stuff like this where there's a strong push below the EMA after clearly a trend has played out. I didn't take really any of those today except for on the CL. I did take one here where I think clearly this correction trend had played out and there's a strong push below the EMA. Stuff like that has been working really well for me, but yeah. I don't mind waiting for supposedly perfect second entries, but whenever I do wait on what I think is a perfect second entry, my win rate is still shit. So so I'm just trying to take a look at what are my personal strengths, and trying to play to those. And I found that I'm actually decent at figuring out when a trend has played out and when there might be a reversal coming. So in this case, maybe I might look to enter something like this after clearly this downtrend had played out. Something like that. Sort of mad my camera's not working today. I'm not sure what's going on with it. I'm going to have to figure that out later. That's an interesting idea too. I haven't thought about that. The way that I've been approaching it is because I have these live streams, after the end of the day, I'll go and I'll put the live stream in 2x speed and I'll just go through and note down where was I correct in my thinking and where was I incorrect in my thinking. And I'm just trying to find contextual areas where I'm more often right than I am wrong, and then trying to determine how can I structure a trade around that area. So that's kind of what I'm playing around with, but I'll have to play around with your idea as well. On the NQ, just been pretty uncertain on whether this is a close outside a new high or not. But the more that it plays out, the more that I'm thinking that it's probably something like this. Or has a close outside and 2 legs to a new high. And I wasn't really watching this at the moment, but clearly this downtrend had a break in 2 legs to a new low, then a strong push above the EMA. So this could be a decent place to go long for 1-to-1, potentially. There's nothing to really see on the RTY. It's funny, one thing that I've noticed I'm really bad at from watching these videos and figuring out, like where am I actually right and wrong, is figuring out when trends are going to continue. Like whenever prices return to a trend line, I'm like really bad at figuring out if it's going to hold or not. And it's crazy because that's supposed to be like the easiest place to take a trade, but it's one of like the most inconsistent places for me. Looks like that would have worked out on the CL, or at least it's getting really close to it at least. So all kinds of those trades on the CL today. After a trend plays out, strong push below. This one not so much, this one's just kind of a pullback. But trend plays out, strong push above. Trend plays out, strong push above. This uptrend plays out, strong push below. Downtrend plays out, strong push above. So maybe this uptrend is correct. I really thought that one was right. But maybe it's just like this, similar to the NQ. Oops. Could even see this turning into a larger range, potentially. Keep an eye on those highs. So it looks like there was a misread on the ES, where I thought this trend was correct and needed to break a new high. But truthfully, it was tighter and already had to close outside a new high. I don't know about you, Strange, but I found recently that whenever I'm sure about the context, it's like super rare that there's a pattern. And whenever there's a perfect pattern, I'm rarely 100% sure of the context. So my idea recently has been, okay, just take trades whenever there's basically perfect context that I'm like almost 100% sure in. And then just try and structure a trade around that. And that's kind of what I've been playing around with. But I'm just, still not sure exactly how to structure trades and still not great at only trading whenever I'm 100% sure of the context. No, I haven't been watching any Albrooks. I did get the book reading, what is it, like reading bars or prices bar by bar. And man, it is like the most boring read ever. Like I love trading, but man, like it is so dense and so tough to read. But if there are any videos that you recommend, definitely shoot them my way. I'd be happy to watch anything. And I got to just go ahead and hack through the book, or at least try and hack through the book. Unsure of this downtrend. Probably don't want to play it, even if there is a decent setup here. A little bit more sure of the one in the down, or one in the ES though. Maybe something like that. A little tighter. I'll have to check it out. I haven't even checked out any of his videos, which is kind of a disservice to myself, considering that's where Mac and so many other price action traders have learned. And the CL clearly bumped up against some resistance here. Sent prices down super strongly. Could end up being a range. Oops. So there's the potential for a second leg up here. I think this downtrend is most likely correct. A little bit uncertain about the rest of the context though. Definitely not sure about that downtrend on the NQ. So just a few minutes left till 12 o'clock whenever I'm gonna hop off. But I'd like to see what's gonna happen with this trade here on the ES. Or potential trade. On the CL, looks like prices are finding some support off these lows. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw this range. God. Here we go. Just in case. Definitely looks like the uptrend here, which I do believe is correct, got turned on a dime, which usually shows some strong support or resistance level. And looks like prices are going to go ahead and move down to that, break a new low for the downtrend. Most likely. Yep, that's close enough for me to probably call it there. Just gonna go ahead and call it a day. In case you're interested, I'm gonna pull up my results for the year. It's nothing incredible. Let's see. Since January 1st. It's pretty break even. Lots of just kind of sideways action. Started off the year super sideways, had some down action. Then I had a really nice run. And around this time is whenever I started trading 4 charts. And I think the reason is because it was a lot easier to wait on setups whenever I was trading so many charts. Had a little drawdown there. And around this time is whenever I started, just recently playing around with some different trades and different ways to get into trades and such. So nothing crazy. Then on the summary portion, basically trading a little bit less than 50%. Most of my trades have been 1-to-1, so the fact that I am positive is probably more luck. Just lucky that I have more, or my winners were larger than my losers, I suppose. With the average winning trade being a little bit bigger than the average losing trade. So yeah, nothing crazy. All right, I'm going to call it a day there. Thanks for popping in, Strange. I'll be streaming every day. So, see you later.